Hey yo, I'm back. What's up? And th- thank you for getting me to 100 subscribers. Thank you, y'all. And what a better way to show my appreciation is I'm starting a brand new what if. Now, this what if is gonna be titled, hmm, what if Esdeath was Naruto's mom? Yeah, because I seen what if Akami was Naruto's mom, but not what if Esdeath was Naruto's mom. Anyway, let me get to the story. Esdeath was bored. It was a few days before she had to return to the capital again. She was walking around the forests that surrounded the northern parts of the capital, just slightly below the lands which she just recently captured for the capital. Her current predicament, though, was that she was now lost, as much as she had admittedly denied it to anyone who gotten hopelessly lost within the forest. Damn it! I should have been paying more attention to where I was heading and left markers to find my way back, Esther thought to herself. As she had enough of walking around, just decided to form a ice pillar below her, sending her rocketing to the sky to get a better view of where she was, only to see forests as far as the eye could see. What? Just how far was I walking? Esther thought in shock as she tried to explain just how far she had gotten lost. Finding hope when she saw a village cleaving hidden in the forest, just a few minutes walk from where she was starting, moving towards it after dispelling her ice pillar. Finally, I can get a map from them or something, Esther thought as she proceeded to walk towards the village. A few minutes into her journey, she encountered something that would change her for the better or for the worse. Hearing movement to her side, she drew her rapier to prepare to defend herself. Who's there? Show yourself, Esther demanded as she looked around for who or what made that noise. Uh, I didn't mean to startle you, it's just that I don't see much people outside the village except me. Esther thought Esther heard a voice. She saw a young child, no older than 5, that walked out of the bush. Getting a better look at the child, for the first time she had noticed that he was dressed in a hoodie that was clearly a few sizes too big for him, and it was clear he just picked it up from somewhere, seeing the holes that were in it. Besides the hoodie, it didn't seem like he wore any real matter of clothing. Who's in charge of this child? Even poor families at least gave their child a full set of clothing, even in the poorest of villages. Away from the capital, everyone had clothing. And it seemed, except for this kid. Sorry, I didn't mean to spy on you, the boy said as he looked at the ground as awaiting some kind of a punishment from her. This got her to raise an eyebrow from Esdeath. What's your name, boy? Esdeath asked. Naruto. Just Naruto. Nobody told me my last name, Naruto said as he looked sad at his own introduction. From his observations of people, took pride in their family's names of their own name, especially if they were famous. But Naruto had none, so he felt ashamed. Hold up. He felt ashamed introducing himself. Wait, hold up. I'm back. Had to do something real quick. Anyway, I see. Well then, Naruto, could you lead me into the village? Esdeath asked the boy. So She asked the boy as she stared at him. She could sense that he had a lot of potential in him, so she wanted to take him with her, with the capital with her, but first she had to find a way to get back. I could, but people don't like it when I enter the village. They always chase me out or try to beat me up, Naruto said as he looked away from Esdeath. I see. Then what if I protect you until you can do so yourself? Esdeath offered. She had been looking for someone to train anyway, so why not start now? Really? You mean, do you mean it, Miss Esdeath? You can call me Esdeath. Esdeath said to Naruto, who was now ecstatic at having someone on his side for once. Okay then, I'll bring you to the village now, Naruto said as he began to show Esdeath the way to the village. Alright, let's go to Naruto's mindscape. In Naruto's mindscape, it was themed out of a sewer, not a normal thing for boys his age, where it should have looked like a castle or a forest or some kind of, or sort kind. But instead, it was a sewer showing just what kind of life Naruto had led. In the corner of the sewer lay a cage far taller than a regular house. In it laid a massive fox. I can feel the kid is near demonic energy. I should be able to sap on some of it before I completely fade away, the fox thought as it stirred awake from the presence of the demonic extract within Esdeath's body. Sorry, Kushina. It looks like the woman's blood will override your own. But at least this way the kid will be able to be taken care of in this dimension, the fox thought as it started to fade away from the process of extracting the demon energy and pulling it in Naruto's body. This fox was a fearsome Kyuubi, but like I said earlier, it was fading away ever since it was sealed inside Naruto. It had slowly faded away, and it only made things. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. Where was I? It only made things worse when the sealing brought Naruto to a new dimension where the Kyuubi faded even faster due to the lack of chakra. It was only because of that fact it had 9 tails it had lasted this long at all. Most people thought that the fox was mindless, but far from it. It was actually sentient. Though only 2 previous hosts knew that Naruto's mother Kushina and his distant ancestor Mito. I think that's her name. Anyway, good luck, kid. It seems like my time is up. Those were the Kyuubi's last thoughts as it faded away from the lack of chakra. Its last will be given to Naruto power to survive in this world by copying the power that emitted from Esdeath. This turning Naruto's hair blue, as well as his whiskers marks vanish now that he no longer was holding the Kyuubi. Now, back to Naruto. Back to Naruto. He had just managed to bring Esdeath to the gates of the massive village, which is now beginning to wonder how on earth was this hidden this long from the capital. The gates of the village were easily larger than most houses nearly half the size of the walls of the capital. Such architecture should have been noticed by people, unless, of course, the information was suppressed. Hey, Esdeath, We're here in the village of the trees, Naruto said, bringing Esdeath out of her thoughts to stare at the huge gates of the village. Excuse me, Naruto, but how are you able to manage to survive out of this village for this long? But I'm back. I see from your clothes that you have not changed your clothes in time. I have yet to carry anything other than some jewels from danger beasts you have killed with that knife you seem to be hiding from me. Esdeath asked, wanting to address his state of undress as well as the fact that he does not carry anything other than a knife for protection. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Looking down at his feet, Naruto refused to make eye contact with Esdeath, but seeing that she wasn't moving at all and expecting an answer from him, Naruto released a sigh and answered her question. I just survived by killing the weaker danger beasts so that I can get money from selling their skin and their cores. But people here don't seem to like me at all, so they refuse to give me the proper prices. So all I can do is just accept it and buying just what I need and nothing more. So I learned how to survive in the wild, foraging or looking for edible food and clean water. As for my clothes, they refuse to sell me anything other than the rejects and the worn out clothing. So this is all I could use, Naruto said, with a downcast on his face. With this, he was thinking that Esdeath would most likely leave him or shun him like the others. Now, to his shock, all Esdeath did was hug him. It's okay now, I'm looking after you, so you don't need to be afraid. Only the weak are afraid. So, are you afraid? Esdeath asked as she bent down to his height to hug him close, making sure he heard her. No, I'm not. I got you now, Naruto said with a bright smile, the first time Esdeath ever saw on his face, and for her to see that it was made her feel nice inside. Well, come on. I still have to get a map, Esdeath said as she stood up, motioning for Naruto to follow her into the village. Moving to the village, Esdeath could see it was quite lively and she could see the villagers moving about their day. Although she also noted that they didn't seem to have any guns or any type of reliable weapons other than blades and knives to defend themselves from harm. Stopping at one of the stands nearby, she saw that one of the stalls that was easily moved consists of a large tent filled with various wares. Entering the stand, Esdeath saw the stand was filled with scrolls and jutsus and stuff. Excuse me, I would like to purchase a map for the capital, Esdeath asked the owner of the stand, who was rather pumped, obviously, from just sitting down from all day counting the money he earned. The capital? Why would anybody want to go there? Anyway, it's not my business at all. It's just gonna cost you though. It's the only copy left. The stand owner said, eyeing Esdeath. If she noticed this, she would have made no reaction at all. Will this cover it? Esdeath asked as she brought out a few danger beast cores from her pocket. Sure. Anything else you need? The stand owner asked as he took the payment from Esdeath. No, that will be all. Thank you. Esdeath said as she left the man shop to meet Naruto outside waiting for her. Come on, Naruto. I got what you need. It's time for us to go back to the capital, Esdeath said, nudging Naruto along back to the gates of the village. Okay, Let's go, Naruto said with a happy tone clear in his voice. Hold up. Alright. Uh, as he ahead, tough tough the wind pushed his hood back, falling from his head, revealing everyone, and to Esdeath his hair color. He looked exactly like me. I guess I made the right choice in choosing my training. Though now I guess he could be my successor. Esther thought to herself as she watched Naruto run ahead of her, unaware of stares she was sending him. After a few minutes of running, Naruto finally grew tired and stopped to walk alongside Esdeath, who was enjoying Naruto's company. It seemed that he was actually an energetic person, but was rather reclusive and untrusting of others. Just as they were about to reach the borders of the capital, an S-rank danger beast came out of nowhere. It was a dragon type of danger beast with powers of overwind, making it more dangerous than other S-rank danger beasts. Moving to assault the danger beast, she was cut off by Naruto rushing in front of her. Esther moved to guard Naruto, but that turned out to be useless as suddenly the danger beast froze in place, encasing a block of ice, shocking Esdeath as she did not know that, and as far as she knew, she was the only one who had ice powers. Naruto, did you do that? Esdeath asked, looking at Naruto. Huh, that wasn't you. I just moved to try and stab it, Naruto said, confused. He thought that Esther was the one who had frozen it for him. Huh. He didn't do it on purpose. Wait. What if, let's see, if I'm right. Esther thought as she moved close to Naruto. Naruto, please move your hoodie down. I need to see your chest, Esther said urgently. Naruto followed her, seeing as her face had a serious expression on it. Moving his shirt, Esther's eyes widened at the sight of the familiar crest gained by those who had taken demon extract. Naruto, it seems you had the same power as I do. The power of the demon's extract, which gives one the power over ice itself, Esdeath explained to Naruto, who listened intentfully. Whoa, that's cool. Will you teach me how to use it? Naruto asked, with a pleased look on his face, making Esdeath chuckle at his expression. Of course. It's why I took you with me. I've been looking for someone to train with potential, and that person is you, Esther said with a smile on her face as she looked at Naruto, making him jump around and hugging her tight. It doesn't matter to him for a reason someone took him under his wing, as long as they noticed him and acknowledged him, and this made him happy. Unknown to him, Esdeath took a liking to him, giving him a hug. Her thoughts of officially adopting Naruto, making him her heir, to came to mind. Life was looking up for Naruto and Esdeath. He now has someone interested in him, and Esdeath has someone to train to be her successor. And so, I'm gonna end it right there. Yeah, I think that's a good part to end it on. Comment down below. Tell me what you liked. And until next time, peace.